Does anyone find the show Endearing Companion a bit strange? Am I seeing things, or are those fans commenting incorrectly? The final guest of the show is Evelyn Tran. Who is Evelyn Tran, you ask? He's the one who, right after debuting, won the Best Male Lead award at the Golden Summer, skyrocketing to the top just because of his looks. Yet, for the past few years, he's been criticized for wasting his beauty by only taking on films in the mystery or realistic genres. His reputation and box office earnings are both guaranteed. And notably, his films have never featured a female lead, which is why he's been dubbed the electric object with ear noise. Who is Evelyn Tran? Oh, my husband, if you get kidnapped, just blink once to let me know, okay? Oh my gosh, I can't breathe, husband. Please don't do anything foolish 1,000 times over. I thought yesterday the show Endearing Companion had already announced its final guest, Lily Duong, and that it would start to cool down from there. Who would have thought? I really was being short-sighted. Speaking of Lily Duong, I'm so angry. When will this fake person stop? I've never seen anyone so fake, so green tea, and so eager to ride on others' fame to this extent. It's truly nauseating. I don't understand. Why do people call her Mia Duong Lily Duong? Why else? Mia Duong rose to fame thanks to her role as the third female lead in a web drama about immortals. At first, I thought she looked decent, but who would have thought that as soon as she gained a bit of fame, she would start pulling all sorts of stunts, riding on others' fame, posting crying posts, and even writing PR articles full of lies to slander the fairy Grace Luke. Plus, her usual fake appearance is why the netizens mockingly gave her the nickname Lily Duong. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. Lily Duong clings to anyone more famous than her without letting go. Now it's Evelyn Tran. Isn't that exactly what she likes? Wait, has everyone seen the hot search? It seems Lily Duong is in trouble. While filming the last scene for a web drama, the cable snapped, and she fell from a height, losing consciousness on the spot. She was taken to the hospital last night. Is it true or fake? Thank goodness. Hey, are you all being too extreme? Aside from her fame-seeking, Mia Duong hasn't committed any heinous crime, has she? After all, it's a matter of life, and you're saying things like thanking heaven and earth? In May, the sun shines brightly and the weather outside is getting a bit hot. A riverside villa in the outskirts of Tung Tan City. The shimmering light reflects off the clear surface of the swimming pool. A man who has been swimming for an hour suddenly surfaces. The man has black hair that drips down, deep black eyes, and a high, straight nose. With his features wet from the water, they appear even sharper and more attractive. His slightly narrow eyes and thick eyebrows exude a cold, sharp aura, making one feel both drawn to him and cautious, hard to fantasize about. Leaning on the steps, Evelyn Tran steps out of the pool. A well-dressed man in a suit and leather shoes, tall and slightly plump, has been waiting for a long time and immediately steps forward, looking anxious. Evelyn, I really want to call you Grandpa now. When you chose to participate in Endearing Companion, I was already uneasy, and looking back now, I was right. Seeing Evelyn Tran silently drying himself with a towel without saying a word, Dylan Trin, his agent and close friend, immediately thought of a saying. The emperor is not in a hurry, but the eunuchs are anxious. Wait. Who's the eunuch? Humph. And wait again. Since when did Evelyn Tran's body look this good? Dylan Trin instinctively glanced at his friend's physique. Broad shoulders, slim waist, and clearly defined 8-pack abs. Just a moment ago, he was playing a character who was tricked into some country, and for that role, he had lost so much weight, standing at 1.86 m, but only weighing 50 kilograms. Yet, it hasn't been long, and he's already back to his old shape. Not everyone can handle the diet of an actor. Lost in thought for a moment, Dylan Trin quickly returned to the main issue. I'm telling you, at least give me a little bit of anxiety. Do you know how many people in the industry are waiting for a chance to pull you down? And you're going to praise backwards, handing your weaknesses right into their hands. When you signed the contract for Endearing Companion, you didn't even say a word to me. Do you know what people are saying about you online now? They're saying, after all these years, Evelyn Tran, have you suddenly had a youthful awakening? Even if I have a youthful awakening, I don't need to participate in a show like Flower Without Fruit, do I? Do you know what path you're going down? Are you even listening to me? You really are, oh my. Seeing Evelyn Tran calmly putting on a t-shirt, standing there drinking water, and not even glancing at him, Dylan Trin felt a surge of frustration and plopped down on the lounge chair beside him. His hands were both annoyed and worried, his fingers fiddling aimlessly with the iPad in his hand. not even in the mood to read the comments from fans sent to Evelyn Tran. After all these years of knowing each other, didn't Dylan Tran understand Evelyn Tran? Once he decides on something, no amount of pulling with 8 oxen can make him turn back. Forget it, forget it. Just then, Dylan Tran let out a soft, huh, and without explaining anything, he immediately pressed on the screen, bringing the iPad he had just looked at in front of Evelyn Tran. Do you remember Mia Duong? She was in high school with us. I just saw the news that she fell from the cable. I wonder how she is now. As he spoke, Dylan Tran pulled back the iPad, mumbling, I hope she's okay. After all, she was once a classmate. By the way, Evelyn Tran, do you remember? Back in school, there were rumors about you having a scandal with her. Now everyone calls you the electric object with ear noise. Who would have guessed you were involved in dating rumors 800 years ago? To be honest, Mia Duong is pretty, but in my impression, she wasn't that stunning. However, she's not very famous, and her reputation isn't great. But thinking back, it's normal. A small company like Tindu can't promote anyone, right? Before he could finish his sentence, Dylan Tran looked up. Evelyn Tran was no longer in sight. He turned his head and realized Evelyn Tran had dashed straight into the garage. Less than 2 minutes later, a dark blue SUV sped out of the garage, the entire process smooth as flowing water. Dylan Tran hadn't even had time to react. Only when he saw the car about to race out of the yard did he suddenly remember something, his scalp tingling, and he shouted, Oh my, Evelyn Tran, stop for me. Where do you think you're driving off to at this hour? Evelyn Tran, are you driving in flip-flops? Dylan Tran rushed after him in a panic, almost inhaling a full breath of exhaust smoke. Dylan Tran. My child has gone rebellious. It's breaking my heart. Amnesia. A young girl in a light green hoodie, with a round face and smooth white skin, looking very young, screamed loudly upon hearing the news. In the VIP room of the People's Hospital No. 1 in Tung Tan City. How can someone suddenly lose their memory like this? Is it possible that the doctor misdiagnosed? It's just amnesia, right? Will there be any lasting effects? Or any other complications? The doctor gently explained. After examination, we have confirmed that Miss Duong suffered a brain injury leading to temporary amnesia. In this case, she may remember tomorrow, or it may take a month to recover. But there's also the possibility that she may never remember again. The round-faced girl's eyes widened, her voice trembling, filled with confusion and fear, until her cold, trembling fingertips finally brushed against the phone in her pocket. She felt as if she had found a lifeline. She hurriedly apologized to the doctor, clutching the phone tightly as she dialed the number she had memorized. As soon as the call connected, her voice was choked with emotion. Hello, Sister Tran, is Duong Tin? She fell from the cable. I saw that news trending already. The voice on the other end was calm, cold. As soon as the call connected, her voice was choked with emotion. Hello, Sister Tran, is Duong Tin? She fell from the cable. I saw that news trending already. The voice on the other end was calm, cold, and almost indifferent. Anna Tran, Duong Tin's former manager. Is she dead? The plump girl was taken aback by the sudden question, holding her breath as she replied, Not dead. Not dead. If she's not dead, why are you calling me? Isn't Duong Tin always so proud, like a rooster? Just the other day, she boldly declared that as long as she left me, Anna Tran, she could still become famous and make waves. I felt sorry for her, so I let her wander on her own. And now, less than 3 months later, she's back begging me. Sophia, tell her that if she really wants to come back to me, she must work according to my rules. If she still has that impulsive attitude from before, then there's no need to say anything more. With that, the call was abruptly cut off. All that remained was the plump girl, Sophia, who felt a surge of frustration, her eyes quickly reddening. Just as she was about to call Anna Tran again, her finger hovered over the screen, hesitating. She turned to look into the hospital room, where Duong Tin had awakened and was leisurely eating lunch. It was a face so beautiful that, even in sickness, it didn't resemble a real person. Skin as white and smooth as fine porcelain, eyes sparkling like stars in the night, a delicate nose, and a gentle smile that could make one's heart flutter with just a glance. Even in profile, it was breathtakingly stunning. It was because of that face that Anna Tran always wanted to control Duong Tin, forcing her to comply completely with her arrangements. Who in the industry didn't know where Anna Tran's so-called famous resources truly came from? Just because Mia Duong refused to bow her head, Anna Tran was so angry that she abandoned her, even promoting a new assistant who had been in the job for less than a year, namely Sophia Han, to manage Mia Duong. God knows how hard the two sisters struggled during that first month. If Anna Tran were to find out that Mia Duong had lost her memory, who could guarantee that she wouldn't take advantage of this opportunity to force her to do things she had previously refused to do? Thinking this, Sophia Han tightened her grip on the phone in her hand. She decided not to tell Anna Tran about Mia Duong's memory loss for the time being. After all, as her sister Chungwon said, as long as they were resilient and worked hard, even if the path ahead was filled with knives and fire, they could overcome it. After reinforcing her determination, Sophia Han intended to step into the hospital room, but suddenly remembered that in her rush to buy lunch, she had forgotten to buy a drink. Just as she thought of this, Sophia Han quickly turned around and ran downstairs, planning to buy Mia Duong her favorite peach-flavored drink. As she rushed into the elevator, she accidentally bumped into a man who was also hurrying out, steam from his body hitting her face. Sorry. Sophia Han quickly bowed her head and apologized. It's fine. The man, dressed in a black windbreaker, with a hood pulled down and wearing. Sophia Han quickly bowed her head and apologized. It's fine. The man, dressed in a black windbreaker, with a hood pulled down and wearing a matching mask, replied in a low voice before quickly striding away without looking back. At that moment, Sophia Han realized that the man was dressed quite oddly. His upper body was completely covered, but he wore knee-length sports shorts and flip-flops. How urgent must he have been to go out dressed like that? Surely someone in his family was in the hospital? She also had a feeling that he looked somewhat familiar. The face visible under the mask seemed like someone she had seen before. Sophia Han pondered this as she entered the elevator, hurrying downstairs to buy the drink. After jostling through the crowd at noon to finally get a bottle of peach-flavored drink, Sophia Han rushed back upstairs. Upon reaching the door of the hospital room, she froze when she saw a white tulip hanging from the doorknob. That was Mia Duong's favorite flower. Had someone come? Who was so thoughtful? Astonished, Sophia Han picked up the flower, looked around but saw no one suspicious, so she brought the flower into the room. Inside the hospital room, Mia Duong had just finished lunch and was intently looking at her phone. As soon as she saw Sophia Han, the corners of her mouth curled up slightly, breaking into a radiant smile. Sophia Han? At that moment, from behind the wall in the corridor, Evelyn Tran, who was hiding in a corner and quietly watching the smile, felt a sudden jolt in his heart, his long eyelashes drooping like the wings of a sorrowful crow. He silently glanced at the surveillance camera not far away, pulled his hoodie down a bit more, and then quickly turned and walked towards the stairwell. Staring at the white tulip in the vase, Mia Duong listened intently to the account of her temporary assistant and manager, the round-faced girl, Nina Zhao. Thanks to this, after losing her memory, her empty mind finally had some concept of her own identity. She, Mia Duong, was just a minor star in the entertainment industry, and it seemed she was also an orphan, with no parents and no relatives. Of course, she didn't have a boyfriend either. Having drifted through the entertainment industry for so many years, perhaps due to a lack of money and connections in the past, Mia Duong had taken on quite a few low-quality roles. Her personal image had thus been shaken, and her current reputation in the industry was not highly regarded by anyone. She was both lacking in money and popularity, and she shamelessly liked to ride on the coattails of others, resulting in her relationships within the industry being quite poor. No, it should be said that they were extremely bad. Her former manager, seeing that the mud couldn't stick to the wall and that she was ungrateful, had decisively kicked her to the curb 3 months ago. Currently, she was still bound by a 10-year contract with the management company, with 6 more years until it expired. To terminate the contract would require a huge compensation, and if she didn't terminate it, it was clear that her former manager Anna Tran, which was also the company's intention, was forcing her to trade herself in exchange for resources through inappropriate means. If not, what awaited her was complete freezing. However, right now, what lay before her was not entirely a dead end. The only opportunity was the reality dating show Love Journey that she would be filming in 3 days. As long as she knew how to seize it, she could rise up. She didn't even need to be too famous. Just maintaining a certain level of attention would give her the chance to carve out a new path for herself. Mia Duong gently bit her lower lip, biting it so hard that her pale lips turned red like blood. Her face, pale from illness, suddenly became even more alluring, embodying both weakness and resilience. Xiao Han. Mia Duong raised her head, looking at her young assistant, and smiled gently. Introduce the rules of the Love Journey program to me a bit. And the guests too. Even with memory loss, She couldn't let herself waste time worrying about nonsense. Compared to sitting there anxiously, she wanted to take the initiative. Yes, Nina Zhao immediately nodded vigorously. Just then, her eyes inadvertently caught sight of Mia Duong's phone screen, which was paused on a photo of a handsome young man with sharp facial features, bright eyes, and an incredibly attractive appearance. Ah! Nina Zhao suddenly shouted. Mia Duong looked up at her. I finally remembered why that person looked familiar. Turns out he looks like my husband. Your husband? Your husband? Mia Duong raised an eyebrow at her. Hearing this, Nina Zhao blushed and stuck out her tongue, then pointed at the handsome guy on Mia Duong's phone, giggling. Not a real husband, just your idol. Mia Duong understood immediately and asked softly. Exactly. Nina Zhao clapped her hands. Evelyn Tran is not only handsome but also has a captivating aura. His acting is phenomenal, so fans like us all call him our husband. But it's just playful talk, not serious. The more she spoke, the more embarrassed she became, and Xiao Han hurriedly continued recounting how she had bumped into someone who looked very much like Evelyn Tran at the elevator door. Conveniently, she also rambled on about the life and career brilliance of the idol Evelyn Tran to Mia Duong. Mia Duong listened silently, her eyes reflecting deep thought. After the introduction, Nina Zhao helped her tidy up the lunchbox while chatting. But I guess I must have mistaken it. How could Evelyn Tran possibly come to the hospital at this hour? I haven't heard of any close friends of his being hospitalized. Recently, you're the only one in the industry who's been admitted. Could he have come for you? Haha, I'm just joking. Mia Duong chuckled lightly, her gaze instinctively drifting outside the window. Outside the shady road in front of the hospital, a rather strange-looking person was leisurely strolling by, dressed in a black hoodie, knee-length shorts, and flip-flops. Wasn't that the man Xiao Han had bumped into earlier? The one who looked very similar but wasn't necessarily Evelyn Tran? Mia Duong's gaze lingered. The one who looked very similar but wasn't necessarily Evelyn Tran? Mia Duong's gaze lingered on that figure. She felt something familiar, yet distant. For some reason, the silhouette of that man, just by looking at it, carried an unusual loneliness, as if the whole world was enveloped in solitude. Looking at it made one unable to. Love Journey is a large-scale reality dating show co-organized by the Tongqing television station and the online community platform Qixia Tonglan. Thanks to the combination of live broadcasting and social media platform Luba, along with a series of unique gameplay rules, the program quickly created a fresh and dramatic wave amidst the increasingly scripted game show landscape. It has been dubbed by the audience as the most authentic dating show in history. Currently, Mia Duong will participate in the second season of the show, the celebrity version of Love Companion. The first season was aimed at ordinary people. Because the first season was so popular, to maintain the momentum and extend the effect, the team quickly planned to produce a second season featuring famous stars. According to the schedule from the previous season, this one will likely have 4 filming locations, which will then be edited into 12 broadcast episodes. Nina Zhao quickly shared everything he knew about the show as he noticed Mia Duong listening intently. Before you were hospitalized, the production team had almost completed the announcement of the guest list. As she spoke, Sophia Han opened her phone and continued to introduce. On the female guest side, besides you, there are 3 others, including the rising young flower Owen Lee. Mia Duong glanced at the image on the screen, which showed a girl with skin as white as jade, slightly upturned eyes, and a striking beauty that carried a hint of danger. Owen Lee came from a talent selection program, debuted as the center, and has always been popular. Later, she even ventured into film, and her debut movie did quite well, with abundant resources. Given her trajectory, it really isn't necessary for her to participate in a dating show like Love Companion. When the team first announced her as a guest, Owen Lee's fans were furious, feeling that the company and management were disrupting their idol's career direction. She had just stepped into the film industry, and now she was being pulled back to do a romance show, to the point of trending on hot searches for debates. Honestly, I can't understand why she agreed to join this program. Sophia Han still seemed a bit confused, but quickly, she brushed that aside, lightly swiping the screen before continuing her introduction. The second female guest is the little princess of the Hannah-Bo family, Hannah-Bo. In the picture is a girl with chestnut curly hair, her confident and proud gaze radiating the aura of a proper young lady from a wealthy family, a quality nurtured from a young age in a privileged environment. The Hai family is in the gemstone industry, super rich, and even now, Hannah-Bo's father is still referred to by netizens as the nation's father turtle. As for Hannah-Bo, she is a famous internet celebrity. Every video she posts gets millions of likes, and her popularity is very high. I think the reason she joined Love Journey is partly for the fun of it and partly maybe because she has her sights set on a certain male guest on the show. Xiao Han speculated as she spoke. Upon hearing this, Mia Duong raised an eyebrow slightly, appearing a bit intrigued. However, Nina Zhao did not continue discussing that male guest, but instead swiped the screen, moving on to a picture of another girl. It must be acknowledged that the production team of Love Journey really has a knack for selecting people from Owen Lee to Hannah Bo, and now this girl, each one a standout beauty, each with her own charm. If Owen Lee is as radiant as a rose and Hannah Bo as elegant as a peony, then the girl appearing on the screen resembles a sunflower, bright, cute, and full of life. Her smile is captivating, exuding a sense of warmth. The last female guest is Sophie Zhao. Sophie Zhao was once a child star. She had her time in the limelight when she was younger, but as she grew up, her appearance changed significantly, and almost no one invites her to act anymore. After graduating from the Film Academy, she hasn't lacked roles, but they are all minor ones that haven't made any impact. Now she mainly takes supporting roles in second or third-tier film productions. It can be said that among the 4 female guests, she is the least famous, with the lowest level of popularity. If we consider Mia Duong as a Black Rose celebrity, meaning she is both disliked and noticed, at least, she can still be called famous. Nina Zhao muttered to herself. Next, we move on to the male guests. She quickly changed the subject. However, as soon as the male guests were mentioned, Xiao Han seemed hesitant to speak, glancing at Mia Duong. Just that one look made Mia Duong immediately realize. It seemed this girl had something she wanted to hide. Is there a problem with the male guests? She asked directly. Is there a problem with the male guests? She asked directly. Upon hearing this, Nina Zhao bit her lower lip slightly. She wanted to say it wasn't just a problem but rather a significant one. Could it be that one of the male guests has had a deep relationship with you? Mia Duong asked, frowning slightly. Nina Zhao shook her head then mumbled, not just one person. Mia Duong. Ahem. Seeing Mia Duong's expression as if she were running out of words, Nina Zhao quickly cleared her throat twice, adjusted her emotions and reassured her. Don't be too upset. Actually, it's just some random rumors. No one has confirmed what's true or false. Don't be too upset. Actually, it's just some random rumors. No one has confirmed what's true or false. Hearing this, Mia Duong sighed, signaling her to continue. Nina Zhao immediately pulled up pictures of the male guests and showed her phone to Mia Duong. First is this rising star, Max Ocean. The picture displayed a quite handsome young man, but his gaze seemed a bit dull, and upon closer inspection, the features of his double eyelids and nose appeared somewhat unbalanced, making one feel there was something off the more they looked. I'm sure you don't have any close relationship with this person. No relationship, but implicitly? Mia Duong quickly caught the key phrase, frowning. Implicitly there isn't, but there were rumors outside, right? Hannah Bo nodded in confirmation. Previously, when filming the web drama, Chuang Tuong Thursday, you and Max Ocean played supporting roles and were shipped together for a while. Hannah Bo nodded in confirmation. Previously, when filming the web drama, Chuang Tuong Thursday, you and Max Ocean played supporting roles and were shipped together for a while. Previously, when filming the web drama, Chuang Tuong Thursday, you and Max Ocean played supporting roles and were shipped together for a while. After that, Max Ocean became popular, and it seemed his side no longer wanted to be involved. Not only did they cut off the couple in a rather awkward manner, but his company also publicly stated that the pairing was initiated by you, implying that you were clinging to fame, while he was completely innocent. After all, he has many fans. Hearing this, Mia Duong frowned slightly. Next is the second male guest, Mason Mendez, the CEO of Pohang Real Estate Group. Mia Duong looked at the picture on the phone. A man in a suit, with sharp features, a deep-set face, looking both handsome and somewhat cold and aloof, the kind of domineering CEO who smokes and looks cool. She pursed her lips. He is also related to you? He is also related to you? For some reason, just from that light comment, Nina Zhao sensed a slight hint of disdain that was hard to detect, yet somehow felt so clear. It must be an illusion. After all, Mia Duong is so gentle. How could she dislike anyone? Moreover, the one being disliked is the famously wealthy Mason Tong. There is a connection, but it's not significant. Nina Zhao hurriedly explained. Speaking of you and Mason Tong, that was quite a while ago. At that time, you were still managed by Sister Joy, and I hadn't joined yet. I only read news online. When you debuted, you and Mason Tong were photographed together, and then there were rumors for a while. Although both sides later denied it, netizens didn't really believe it. And then there were rumors for a while. Although both sides later denied it, netizens didn't really believe it. Even now, there are still people calling Mason Tong your financial backer. As she spoke, Nina Zhao felt a bit angry herself. Mia Duong closed her eyes and gently asked, "Is there anyone else?" "There's one more person." Nina Zhao shyly raised a finger. "There are a total of 4 male guests, right? And 3 of them are already related to you." Mia Duong was surprised. Just how legendary was her life before she lost her memory? "The last one is Victor Thorne, the esports celebrity." Nina Zhao swiped the screen, revealing a picture of a tall, elegant young man in a white shirt, with a gentle smile, looking as graceful as a pine tree. Esports. Mia Duong frowned. She really didn't understand how someone like her, active in the entertainment industry, could be. "The last one is Victor Thorne, the esports celebrity." Nina Zhao swiped the screen, revealing a picture of a tall, elegant young man in a white shirt, with a gentle smile, looking as graceful as a pine tree. Esports. Mia Duong frowned. She really didn't understand how someone like her, active in the entertainment industry, could be connected to an esports player, let alone why someone from that field would participate in a dating show. As if guessing her doubts, Nina Zhao took the initiative to explain. Even though he is a player, Victor Thorne also has a company behind him, and competitions need sponsorship, so fame is very important. That might be why he agreed to participate. And regarding his relationship with you, although the two of you haven't interacted since you entered the industry, but last year, after Victor Thorne and the YG team won the championship, he unexpectedly became famous due to his handsome face. Then, stories from his university days were dug up. I heard that during university, he pursued you for a while, but you didn't agree. As a result, netizens started to criticize you, calling you blind? Are you stupid? Seeing Hannah Bo hesitating, Mia Duong calmly continued. Right, something like that. I heard that during university, he pursued you for a while, but you didn't agree. As a result, netizens started to criticize you, calling you blind? Are you stupid? Seeing Hannah Bo hesitating, Mia Duong calmly continued. Right, something like that. Hannah Bo pouted. I still think those people have issues, who decided that if someone pursues you, you have to agree. Back then, a bunch of people flooded into your Weibo, spamming things like, "Thank you for not agreeing back then." It was so funny. The more she spoke, the angrier she became, her round face scrunching up. Seeing this, Mia Duong reached out and gently pinched her cheek, unable to deny how soft it felt. "Come on, I'm not upset yet. So why are you angry?" Mia Duong smiled reassuringly. Xiaohan was still feeling wronged, but suddenly remembered something and continued. "Oh, right. There's one more thing you need to pay attention to. Little princess of the Hai family, Hannah Bo, very likely joined the show because of Victor Thorne. She's his #1 fan in his streaming room. Everyone on the internet knows this. The two even have a couple fan base." Upon hearing this, Mia Duong raised an eyebrow and replied nonchalantly, "Yeah, I know." Saying that, she lifted her phone, tapped a few times, and opened a picture of a male god. Upon hearing this, Mia Duong raised an eyebrow and replied nonchalantly, "Yeah, I know." "Huh? Why are you opening a picture of Evelyn Tran, my husband? Have you been captivated by him too?" "I'm serious, he's super perfect." As soon as Evelyn Tran was mentioned, Xiaohan seemed to switch to fan mode, chattering nonstop. Mia Duong smiled, listening to her finish, even handing her a bottle of water to help her regain her voice, before gently asking, "Little Ham, yes, based on what you know, Evelyn Tran definitely has no relationship with your sister, right?" "No, not at all." Little Ham was taken aback after hearing this, then burst into laughter. "Haha, what are you thinking? You and Evelyn Tran are basically from 2 different worlds. How could there be any connection? The most important thing is, my husband is an outstanding student from the male medicine department, and since his debut, he has never been involved in any scandal with women. Oh my, a perfect person like him. I wonder which girl will be lucky enough to marry him in the future." She sighed dreamily. At this moment, Tang Jing stared intently at Evelyn Tran's picture on the screen, gently touching that handsome face, her eyes narrowing slightly, the corners of her lips curling up. "If I'm not mistaken, it seems like something is about to happen." Sophie Zhao. She widened her eyes and looked. "What? Are you going to film with Evelyn Tran? What about the dating show?" At this point, Tang Jing had opened the official notification interface of the Romantic Journey program, holding the phone out to her. "Not a film. It's a romantic show. He will participate with you." "Not a film. It's a romantic show. He will participate with you. Are you going to film with Evelyn Tran?" On the screen was the post announcing the guest of the program. The official Weibo account of the show had confirmed, Evelyn Tran is indeed the final male guest. Little Ham read and reread, unable to believe her eyes. After a moment, she let out a short, choked scream full of shock. But being in the hospital, maintaining silence was the most basic rule. So as soon as the scream escaped, Tang Jing quickly covered her mouth. Yesterday, after the cable incident, Tang Jing was rushed to the hospital, while little Ham was running around alone, her mind in a tangle, to the point where she didn't even notice the Weibo announcement. Who would have thought that the final male guest of the program would be Evelyn Tran? Nina Zhao was so excited that she couldn't contain herself. Even though Mia Duong had covered her mouth, preventing her from shouting, her small face was still flushed with excitement. At this moment, Mia Duong gently spoke up. In her eyes, there was still a glimmer of tenderness, but deep within, there was an undeniable excitement and determination. Sophia Han. I just saw some comments from netizens. Is Mia Tianyi trying to ride on someone else's fame again today?
Yes.
Is Mia Tianyi popular today?
No.
Ha ha ha. Mia Duong presented such a comment to Sophia Han. If we're being called fame hitchers every day, why not hitch on something super big? Right now, the best option is right in front of us, which is Evelyn Tran. I suddenly really want to try to couple with him, hitch a little fame. After saying this, her eyes curved up, and her smile was radiant. Clearly, her face was pure to the point of being translucent. Yet at this moment, amidst those features, there was an indescribable charm that was so captivating it took one's breath away. Nina Zhao was completely stunned. Seeing that Sophia Han had no reaction, Mia Duong let go of her hand, turned her head to look at the vase with white tulips, and the corners of her mouth still held that smile that had never faltered even once. In fact, she didn't just want a couple, she even wanted to feign a genuine relationship a little. After all, that Evelyn top-tier star, from head to toe, wasn't he exactly the ideal type she had always dreamed of? Samantha sang, "Bring the lunchbox here." "Yes, coming right up." The sweet reply came from a girl dressed in a pink traditional outfit, stunningly beautiful. In almost a second, she had escaped from her serious role, smiling brightly, and took the lunchbox from the staff's hands. As she opened the pristine white lunchbox and saw a supersized chicken leg inside, Nina Samantha sang happily exclaimed, immediately finding a place to sit down and start eating. It must be said that, even after crossing into a book, being able to eat chicken legs like this every day was true happiness. Yes, crossing into a book, Nina Samantha sang, was someone who had crossed into a book. She had been in the novel titled, I Became Famous by participating in a dating show for over half a month now. She didn't cross into some supporting role or minor character, but rather the female lead who shared her name. Don't be fooled by her current lack of fame, just a 38th tier actress still eating boxed meals on a small film set. But in just 2 days, when Gwyn Liandong Han started filming, as long as she maintained the warm little sun goddess image from the original work, she would definitely succeed in pairing up with the male lead, the cold top-tier star Evelyn Tran. As long as the couple Sin Kwang CP was shipped enthusiastically, soaring to fame would no longer be a dream. That was the plot of the first 60 chapters she had read in this novel. The plot was solid, without deviation. Why only 60 chapters? Because the author of this work was famously known for being lazy halfway through, leaving the story hanging at its climax. No one knew where the content would go from there, not even the author herself, who, thinking of this, Nina Samantha sang sighed, and then took a big bite of the chicken leg. But fortunately, in the first 60 chapters, the female lead's career path had been quite well developed by the author. She had met all the important characters she was supposed to meet. Except for the romantic storyline with the male lead, which hadn't developed much, everything was still on track. As long as she followed the plot closely, step by step, there would definitely be no major mistakes. However, speaking of the romantic storyline, one particularly dangerous name couldn't be overlooked, Mia Duong. It was after watching a web drama and a few photos of her that Samantha Sang discovered. There really was a girl so beautiful that she didn't seem real. With skin as white as snow, eyes misty like morning dew, beautiful lips, and features so exquisite that it seemed God had specially favored her. But perhaps because all the pluses were concentrated in her face, the rest of her life was literally a disaster. No family background, a poor past, a dark fate, and a terrible reputation. Besides her fairy-like beauty, she had nothing else. To make matters worse, after participating in Gwyn Liandong Han, her indifferent and cold attitude towards Evelyn Tran led to her being criticized harshly by the audience. Moreover, every time she went on dates, she didn't choose Evelyn Tran, but instead lingered around 3 other male guests, displaying a gentle demeanor that made viewers sick to their stomachs. The audience couldn't accept it, and her reputation continued to plummet. The situation didn't stop there. Right after the show ended, the girlfriend of one of the 4 male guests, Max Ocean suddenly accused Mia Duong of being a third party, intruding into their relationship. She even released photos of Mia Duong and Max Ocean kissing. Although those photos were later proven to be fake, Max Ocean was also exposed as a player, with numerous girlfriends both in and out of the industry, and Mia Duong was not the only one, but her reputation was still irreparable. Netizens commented, "No fire, no smoke. No one spreads fake photos with unrelated people. She must have something to hide to be treated this way." Ironically, at this moment, news that Mia Duong had once loved Evelyn Tran in high school was also uncovered. Thus, a wave of online violence against her erupted everywhere. Evelyn Tran spoke out to deny it, calling for it to stop on Weibo, but no one paid attention. In the end, the result was Mia Duong suffered severe damage, angrily left the entertainment industry, returned to her hometown to live in seclusion, and from then on, completely vanished. After that, there was nothing more, because the author stopped writing, abandoning the story. When reading this part, Samantha Sang was so furious, she almost bled from her nose. That night, she was so angry that she went into the comment section and cursed the author until 3 in the morning before finally going to sleep. But who would have thought, after waking up from a sleep, she crossed straight into the novel I Became Famous by participating in a dating show, becoming the female lead. It was also her carelessness. When she read the name of the female lead that matched her own, she should have been more cautious. But now it was too late to say anything. However, becoming the female lead was still quite a sweet experience. Not to mention anything else, the male lead Evelyn Tran was so handsome, just that alone was enough to excite anyone. Moreover, she was the female lead. Who knows? Maybe the two would really develop a beautiful, sweet, and touching love story in the future. Just thinking about it made her a bit anxious. But right now, thinking too much was useless. Everything would wait until 2 days later, when Gwyn Liandong Han started filming. Then they would see. At the same time, at the entertainment company, Oi Hai, Owen Lee smiled, her eyes crescent-shaped, as she shared the official post of the program confirming that Evelyn Tran would participate in this season. After closing her phone, she gently tilted her chin towards the manager standing in front of her. "So? I told you I wasn't wrong. Evelyn Tran is indeed participating. How big is his popularity? I don't need to say. The company has criticized me for not being hot enough lately. Director Chuang didn't even consider me for a role. Fine, this time I will use real actions to show CEO Luke and the others that not choosing me is the biggest mistake." Her smile was clear, but it didn't reach the depths of her eyes. Sister Lee is truly skilled. The manager admired her with a thumbs up. Fortunately, this time you have inside information from the TV station. Otherwise, how would you get the chance to appear alongside Evelyn Tran? He's the love tycoon. As long as you and he can successfully couple, we won't have to worry about popularity in the future. Of course, he is Evelyn Tran. Owen Lee curved her lips, her eyes sparkling with confidence. The other 3 female guests, Hannah Bo may not be easy to deal with, but it's clear she's not targeting Evelyn Tran. Samantha Sang is not a concern. And Mia Duong Tith. It's very clear, in this program, besides me, no one else deserves to stand next to Evelyn Tran. Tung Sie, remember to help me raise the temperature later. Whether I can break free from the label of living off the show depends on this moment. She lightly tapped her phone, her eyes gleaming with sharpness. 2 days later. Time flew by quickly, and it was soon time for the guided tour filming of the Companionship of Affection. The guided tour was essentially a brief introduction before the main program officially began filming, introducing the 8 guests and answering a few simple questions such as, why do you want to participate in the program? What do you expect from your ideal partner? And so on. Why do you want to participate in the program? What do you expect from your ideal partner? And so on. For Mia Duong, since she had recently experienced a cable accident, the team had carefully called to confirm her health status the night before, ensuring she had no issues before arranging the filming. According to the doctor, her fall was truly miraculous. Aside from some memory loss and a few minor scratches, she had no broken bones or serious injuries. Therefore, when she chose to be discharged from the hospital to return to work, the hospital only advised her to come back for a checkup if anything fell off, without any further restrictions. The program team worked extremely quickly. As soon as the filming wrapped up, the introduction was edited and posted online. In a dark room, the curtains were slightly drawn. A man with long, slender fingers pressed play on the introduction video. On the screen, a creamy white door appeared. Someone knocked. The next moment, the door opened, and Mia Duong's beautiful face emerged in the morning sunlight. In front of the screen, Jiang Zichen sat back in his chair, his eyes glued to the video. He wore a white shirt and light blue jeans, intently watching Mia Duong's silhouette, her long, jet black hair framing her elegant face. Seemingly surprised that the crew had arrived so early, her expression showed a hint of astonishment. But soon after, she smiled. "So early? I haven't finished tidying up yet. Come in. Am I interrupting?" "Don't worry. I'm just rearranging my things. There's nothing to bother about, right?" As she spoke, Mia Duong turned to enter the room. Her lazy, relaxed demeanor was even more natural than any previous appearances on screen. Not only did the show's crew notice, but netizens also collectively realized it. Wait, what's going on? Did she fall and suddenly become more beautiful? Every time she appeared before, she looked like a scheming supporting actress, and today, she's so pretty without makeup? Life is so unfair. This makeup style doesn't resemble the artificial looks from before. Is Mia Duong starting to change her style? No makeup? Sorry, but if this is her bare face, I might as well swallow my computer screen. Shortly after, the show's crew asked the very question netizens were discussing. Mia Duong, did you not wear makeup today? You look so beautiful without it. No makeup. Mia Duong laughed, turning to look behind the camera. For an artist to appear on camera without makeup is unprofessional to me. I'm still wearing makeup, just a lighter touch. Of course, if the audience wants to see me without makeup, I'm willing to accommodate this small request. Over the past few days, Mia Duong had carefully studied all the photos and videos of herself before losing her memory. Honestly, her previous makeup was a bit heavy, sometimes even masking her natural beauty. Now, she was left with just her beautiful face to bet on. So, she would make the most of every opportunity to showcase her best face, while completely abandoning the artificially gentle style of the past. Was it too good to be fake? Was being gentle a sin? If there truly was someone who could be gentle enough to make others feel like they were being warmed by the spring breeze for a lifetime, without showing any hint of artificiality, Mia Duong didn't believe people wouldn't like it. Daily life was already exhausting enough. Fans followed idols to find a bit of healing. Who would want to devote themselves to someone who constantly created drama, cried about their hardships, and was so genuine it tired the heart? True, that kind of thing could sometimes evoke sympathy. But an idol with a good character and upbringing was enough to attract a large fanbase. And that kind of image was even more beneficial for her now. While Mia Duong was seriously rearranging her luggage, the show's crew hadn't stopped the interview segment. Naturally, they also asked, "What do you expect from your future partner?" Hearing this question, Mia Duong smiled on screen, her gaze gentle, while Evelyn Tran, sitting in the room watching the interview, slightly lowered his eyelashes, half of his face shrouded in shadow, making it hard to read his expression. "Actually, I don't have any special requirements. As long as he has really beautiful eyes. And those eyes only need to look at me for a lifetime." Mia Duong smiled gently. "I don't have any special requirements. As long as he has really beautiful eyes. And those eyes only need to look at me for a lifetime." Mia Duong smiled gently. Evelyn Tran, sitting in front of the screen, unconsciously moved his fingers. After that, the crew shifted to the topic of digging deeper into the nicknames given by netizens. "Do you know what nicknames you've been given?" Mia Duong was slightly taken aback, then smiled. "You mean Lily Duong, right?" "I must admit, that nickname doesn't sound like a black name at all. It sounds quite cute." "Low with me." Under the sunlight streaming through the window, her face shone like snow on a mountain peak, both cold and breathtakingly beautiful. Even anti-fans had to admit that this face was indeed stunning, to the point of being deadly. At the same time, Mia Duong also watched the leading interview segment of Evelyn Tran. When the crew arrived at his house, he was preparing for a morning run. Dressed in black from head to toe, with a cold expression, he perfectly fit the cool boy archetype. Upon seeing the crew, he casually said, "Just sit tight, I'll be back soon." Then he turned and ran off. In just a moment, he vanished, and in less than 2 minutes, there was no trace of him. Crew members. Nearly an hour later, Evelyn Tran returned, his forehead dotted with sweat. Nearly an hour later, Evelyn Tran returned, his forehead dotted with sweat. After changing clothes, he sat down to begin the interview, but each of his answers left the entire crew speechless. "Crew, why did you agree to participate in this program?" Evelyn Tran. "The director called me. We went to kindergarten together." Crew. Netizens. Comments exploded. "Ha ha ha ha, I thought it would be some profound reason, but it turns out to be a kindergarten friendship. I didn't expect my husband to be this funny, loving him a little more now. Thanks to the director for this kindergarten friendship." Oh, found reason, but it turns out to be a kindergarten friendship. I didn't expect my husband to be this funny, loving him a little more now. Thanks to the director for this kindergarten friendship. The crew was still in shock and continued to ask, "So, what do you expect from your future partner?" Evelyn Tran replied succinctly, "A female. Crew. Can you be more specific?" Evelyn Tran knows to run into the house when it rains. Crew. The screen was now flooded with ha 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 comments. How exhausting. I thought the second requirement was knows how to breathe, but it turns out to be even harder. My husband is too funny. I didn't expect him to have such an adorable side. From now on, I'm going to brag everywhere that I'm Evelyn Tran's ideal type. Not only do I know to run when it rains, but I also know to bring the clothes inside. Hashtag Evelyn Tran's requirements for a partner immediately climbed to the top of hot searches. Mia Duong sat reading the comments and couldn't help but use her secondary account to hit the like button. A guy this funny, who wouldn't like him? While the leading interview was still airing, according to the program's rules, in the very first episode, the guests would start pairing up. Specifically, each person would prepare a gift worth about 100 yuan. These gifts would be divided into groups where the males would give gifts for the females to choose, and the females would give gifts for the males to choose. As long as the male and female chose each other's gifts correctly, it would be considered a successful pairing, and they would meet. If they didn't match, the gifts would be returned for another selection, ensuring everyone could find a companion. This rule differed from the first season and was announced by the crew before filming the leading segment. Currently, all 8 gifts had been prepared, but the selection process had not yet been revealed. However, at the end of the video, the program anonymously revealed all 8 gifts: a porcelain cup, movie tickets, sunscreen spray, a book, 9 roses, a box of wontons, a stack of 100 yuan red envelopes arranged in the shape of a heart, a piece not combined with lottery tickets. Upon seeing these gifts, netizens couldn't hold back and exploded with comments. Why did it look normal at first, and then suddenly there's a stack of red envelopes, shaped like a heart? And what's with the lottery tickets and peace knot combo? Is it a gift for a lover or for the god of wealth? If I really win the lottery, whose money is it? I'm so unlucky. I guess it's mine, ha ha ha. These strange gifts made netizens curious to death. Everyone was impatient, just hoping to know who gave what and who paired with whom. Just when the discussion was at its hottest, the official account of the program, Love Journey, posted on Weibo. The first episode of the new season will be live-streamed at 12 o'clock noon tomorrow. We look forward to seeing everyone. Based on Evelyn Tran's outstanding performance in the previous leading segment, plus the 8 unique and unseen gifts, it was clear without guessing that the second season of Love Journey featuring celebrities would definitely create a storm. Watching the behind-the-scenes numbers continuously soar, the entire crew couldn't stop smiling, especially the chief director, who was called Evelyn Tran's kindergarten friend, laughing so hard he almost dislocated his jaw. In fact, even he didn't expect that this top-tier celebrity would be so sentimental about old friendships. When organizing the program, the production team almost went bald from the headache of selecting guests. Getting Evelyn Tran to participate was just a special stroke of luck. The chief director's wife was a diehard fan of Evelyn Tran. The graduation photo from kindergarten of him and Evelyn Tran was almost taken by his wife to be laminated and framed. When she learned that her husband was struggling with not enough guests, the impulsive wife immediately suggested, "Why don't you try inviting Evelyn Tran? Who knows, he might agree. After all, trying wouldn't cost anything." The chief director thought, why not give it a shot? But no one expected that the kindergarten classmate from years ago would be so easy to talk to. As soon as he heard the guest list, Evelyn Tran didn't hesitate at all and nodded in agreement right away. When he received the confirmation, the chief director was so excited he almost went crazy. He couldn't help but marvel. In this day and age, even connections from kindergarten can be put to use. Who would have thought? From that moment on, he held a deep fondness for Evelyn Tran, even silently promising himself, "No matter what, I can't let my old classmate lose face." He jokingly added, "In the future, if anyone dares to spread rumors about Evelyn Tran, I'll be the first to step in and put a stop to it." During another call, after hearing those commitments, Evelyn Tran merely chuckled softly and then casually remarked, "I heard the other guests are all fine too. I hope that because I'm participating, you won't change anyone." The chief director immediately assured him, "No way. Definitely not. No way. Definitely not." Although in his heart, he had indeed considered replacing someone, specifically the little flower of the 18-line Lily Duong. She had a bad reputation in the industry and was often suspected of riding on others' fame, while her management company specialized in controversial PR. He feared that with a top-tier star like Evelyn Tran, she would certainly dislike being associated with riding fame. At that time, He planned to swap out Lily Duong before she caused any trouble. But now it seemed that Evelyn Tran was completely unconcerned about such matters and even appeared quite pleased with the guest list. So why change anything? If he swapped the wrong person and Evelyn Tran left, who would bear the consequences? It wasn't until later that the chief director, Ethan, was shocked to realize, oh my, if he had really made a change back then, it would have been disastrous. The program officially announced the first episode would be broadcast live at 12 o'clock noon the next day. But by 11:30 in the morning, the team released a teaser about mysterious gifts online and even bought trending searches, causing the second season to kick off with a bang. So I can meet my husband Evelyn Tran again this noon. I love how the team is breaking the rules. Turns out they just added a post-production segment from yesterday, not the main broadcast yet. Wait, let me see. Who gave the lottery tickets as gifts? What kind of gift giving is this? The heart made of red 100 yuan bills. Isn't it like a high school love letter? Who is this? My goodness, such a cute youth. The program just started. After the commercial break, a deep voice echoed across the black screen. Gifts, huh? Gifts, huh? Immediately after, a pair of deep-set eyes appeared. The camera pulled back, revealing a sharp, cold face mixed with an alluring Western charm. Mason Mendez. As soon as he appeared, the comments were flooded with the words, my husband. Just like Hannah Bo, Mason Mendez, the wealthy CEO, has quite a reputation online. But unlike Miss Hannah, who mainly operates on music video platforms, his playground is Weibo. He is famous for his hobby, organizing massive lottery draws. Each time he draws, the gifts are worth tens of thousands of yuan, so generous that not only female fans but even male fans call him husband because, honestly, who doesn't like money? Before Evelyn Tran debuted, Mason Mendez was the national husband, thanks to his good looks, wealth, and flamboyant charm, even if it was a bit cheesy. But after Evelyn Tran appeared, that title quickly slipped into someone else's hands. Rumor has it that after getting drunk, Mason Mendez once complained at the table, I don't understand why someone with such a pale, scholarly face like Evelyn Tran is more popular than me. What's so great about him? When this remark spread, netizens collectively mocked him. The uncle who swallows bitterness was ultimately defeated by looks. After that, Mason Mendez vowed to never coexist with Evelyn Tran, and this time, the program marks their first appearance together. Netizens are breathlessly anticipating how this never coexist will unfold. Thus, as soon as Mason Mendez's introduction began, the comments were flooded with never coexist, perfectly embodying the spirit of watching the excitement without fear of big trouble. On screen, Mason Mendez opened his mouth to say, for lovely girls, nothing is more suitable than roses, especially 9,999 roses. That's a romance no girl can refuse. After saying this, he looked straight into the camera, his gaze filled with affection. Wait, can I ask, has CEO Mason always spoken in such cheesy romantic lines? I don't understand, but I'm shocked. Hey, you up there, you should get used to it. As it goes on, you'll see. This is nothing. It gets even cheesy. Now I understand why as soon as Evelyn Tran debuted, Mason Mendez became the king of roses. We had no choice before, but now our eyes are open. The comments began to mock Mason Mendez mercilessly. Even the production team couldn't hold back, adding a crow-cawing soundtrack as background music for CEO Mason's segment, then quietly reminding Mr. Mendez, the value of gifts should be limited to around 100 yuan. Oh my, 100 yuan? Mason Mendez exaggeratedly said, since I was born, I've never given anyone a gift that cheap. I can't take it anymore. Is there anyone who wants to join me in bringing a broom to his house? I can't stand it anymore. Haha, hold on a little longer. My husband Evelyn Tran is about to take the stage. Not long after, Mason Mendez's segment ended. Although he claimed he wanted to give 9,999 roses, in the end, he settled for 9 roses. But just after one night, the flowers had wilted almost completely. The production team even released a contrasting before and after photo that made netizens laugh out loud. Except for Mason Mendez, who was hit by a horse, the gift-giving process of other guests remained within the normal range. Hannah Bo, the little princess of the Shi family, gifted a ceramic cup. It was clear she prepared it for Thomas Dax, the gaming deity, as everyone knew about his cup-collecting hobby. Thomas Dax returned the favor with a 99.99 yuan sunscreen spray for the girls, explaining, summer is coming, and the sun is harsh. Who doesn't care about their skin? This explanation made netizens explode with cheers for being so considerate. No one expected Thomas Dax, the man who plays games like a pro, to have such a warm side in everyday life. This strong contrast made many viewers shout, I'm in love. Owen Lee, a rising star, gifted 2 movie tickets. Owen Lee, a rising star, gifted 2 movie tickets. The reason? Hoping that if they successfully pair up, they could go watch a movie together. Those 2 tickets were none other than for Evelyn Tran's latest mystery film, After the Alley. Netizens immediately caught on. It's a match, it's a match. It's obvious who it's aimed at. Even a couple name was thought up on the spot. Mysterious CP, a perfect coincidence. Max Ocean, a popular young actor, gifted 2 books, stating, hoping to find a girlfriend who also loves reading like me. But this reason immediately made netizens burst into laughter because not long ago, Max Ocean had misread a word while filming a show, stripping him of his academic credibility on entertainment forums. People even dug up his fake diploma. It turned out he hadn't graduated from middle school. At that time, the scandal was huge, but the company quickly poured money to suppress the news, and his diehard fans worked hard to cleanse him. So netizens gradually forgot. Who would have thought he would dare to play the bookworm again? Who would have thought he would dare to play the bookworm again? Some even looked back at her past roles and found she always took her work seriously, never creating scandals, which further boosted her positive impression. Sophie Zhang, a child star, gifted a box of dumplings she made herself. She explained, in this world, there's nothing a meal can't solve. If there is, then eat 2 meals. This down-to-earth and relatable style made netizens feel an explosion of affection. By this point, 6 normal gifts had been claimed. Only 2 of the strangest gifts remained, a stack of red money arranged in the shape of a heart and a lottery ticket accompanied by a safety knot. I just want to know, which of these cash hearts or lottery tickets is from my husband? I want to know what the giver was thinking when they gave such outrageous gifts. A lottery ticket accompanied by a safety knot. Evelyn Tran's fans began to panic. I just want to know, which of these cash hearts or lottery tickets is from my husband? I want to know what the giver was thinking when they gave such outrageous gifts. Mia Duong is showing off again. So fake. I want to vomit. Wait. Why is it weird? If Evelyn Tran does it, it's creative. If Mia Duong does it, it's ridiculous? The double standards are so clear. Amidst the barrage of debates, the beautiful face of Mia Duong appeared on the screen. She was still wearing a white shirt and simple jeans like the day before. When asked to prepare a gift for the male guest, she went to a nearby supermarket to buy some red thread and sat down to weave 2 safety knots by hand. Does your gift have any special meaning? Mia Duong smiled. Not really anything profound. Recently, I've been seeing so much bad news, earthquakes, accidents. It made me think about the impermanence of life. Safety is the most precious. So I just wanted to send the recipient of this gift a wish. May they be safe and sound, live long and healthy. She held up the safety knot, smiling gently, as if the whole world was peaceful with that smile. No matter what, Mia Duong's gift is truly heartfelt. I really feel touched. Actually, looking closely, she's someone who lives very meticulously. If colleagues or friends were like her, it would be very comfortable to be around. But those things are just on the surface. Don't be fooled. What has she done in the past? Don't forget. Pretending to be innocent like this is really annoying. On the screen, Mia Duong had just finished weaving the safety knot and was about to leave when suddenly, she turned around and walked into a lottery ticket store. What was going on? She bought a lottery ticket, then tucked it together with a safety knot, carefully wrapping it up. The team. Then, she looked straight into the camera and seriously said, while safety is the most important in life, money is equally important. This lottery ticket is the best wish I can give to the recipient. While safety is the most important in life, money is equally important. This lottery ticket is the best wish I can give to the recipient. I hope he stays safe and has wealth overflowing. Who knows, it might actually win. The team. Netizens. Ha ha ha. Safety and wealth together. I suddenly feel really moved. For this birthday, I hope my friends will give me a gift like that. Honestly wishing for blessings, and I might even win some money. I didn't expect Mia Duong to be so humorous. Gaining more points in my favor. Am I the only one hoping that this lottery ticket actually wins? I'm so excited. After Mia Duong gifted the lottery ticket, it became clear that the stack of red bills arranged in the shape of a heart was a gift from Evelyn Tran. Who would have thought that such a naive yet somewhat nostalgic gift would come from the national husband, Evelyn Tran? Reflecting on his peculiar standards for choosing a partner, netizens found themselves thinking it wasn't entirely unreasonable. Not long after, the handsome face of Evelyn Tran, like a character from a dating simulation game, appeared on the screen. After hearing the request from the production team, please prepare a gift worth around 100 yuan to send to the female guest. Whoever chooses your gift will become your partner. Evelyn Tran immediately fell silent. He stood still like a statue. The screen was so quiet that if the audience didn't see his chest lightly rising and falling with each breath, they might have thought the video had frozen. The production team couldn't stand the prolonged silence either, and a gentle male voice reminded, "Mr. Evelyn, can you hear us? This gift is meant for the female guests. Whoever chooses it will become your partner." "I heard." Evelyn Tran's deep voice rang out. Immediately after, he placed a stack of 100 yuan bills arranged in the shape of a heart on the table. Gift. Value, exactly 100 yuan. "I heard." Evelyn Tran's deep voice rang out. Immediately after, he placed a stack of 100 yuan bills arranged in the shape of a heart on the table. Gift. Value, exactly 100 yuan. Team. Netizens. Ha 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 ha. He really studied the program rules thoroughly. No wonder he's my husband. Extremely smart. Not just handing over 100 yuan, but arranging it into a heart shape too. So thoughtful.